Okay, ladies, for our first video, we're going to start with some old pictures that I had. These pictures are from '02 of a carnival that my family went to. So I've got my pictures. This just happens to be the size of the pages that are in that book. They're the creative memory pages, so they're not quite true 12 by 12. So eventually I'll cut them down to fit onto these pages. And then this is my box of embellishments and supplies, and what I wanted to show you was my actual process of pulling out the supplies that I'm going to use for the day to go with my pictures, and then the way I store them as well. So this is my animals box. Can you see that? It's right there. It says animals. I have like probably 36 different boxes. All of them are themed. And then on the inside is, mine's a little out of order. These are the new things that I've added. But basically, if you were to look at the pages, they're divided up. This is just my dinosaurs are all together. That doesn't go on there. My ocean creatures are all together. Let's see, my pets pages, they're all together. So my embellishments are organized so that at a glance I can pretty much find what I'm looking for. Now, if I add new things to it and I don't get around to putting them in their pages, that's why they would be loose like this is, or like some of these other items that I pulled off the front. It's just because I haven't put a section in for birds, and then I haven't put this section back here in my zoo animals, which is back here in the back. Okay, so that's my organization system. I'm going to go ahead and pull out a few things so that I've got what I need on my table when I start to do my layout. So I'm going to pull out this one here. This one's just some animals, barnyard animals that I had because of the petting zoo there. I'm going to pull out this horse. Actually going to pull out some of these papers over here. Hold on, this is, that's dinosaurs back. Don't want those. I'm going to pull out these pages. So I've got one of the leaf pages, one with the stripes. I have a set of border stickers, and so I'm going to use those. I don't think I need but one sheet, so I'm just going to leave the rest of the sheets in here in case I change my mind. They're in the front, so I know where to find them. I don't think I need the birds right now. Possibly could use the frogs, so I'll hold on to those as well. So I'm going to throw all that away. I'm now off to the side. Put this away, because I don't need that any longer. And then I'm going to lay out my stuff here. So again, I have the brads. I have a horse, and I have my petting zoo animals, along with some border stickers, and basically 2 sheets of paper and some scraps that I had left over from another layout. So I'm going to go and grab some cardstock to match this, and I'll be back. Okay, so I went and pulled out some cardstock to match my papers. I went ahead and went with the yellow just because it's bright and cheery, and the kids were really young at this time, so I think that'll go good together. So I've got my papers now. I need to pick out which pictures I want to keep and use in my layout. So I think I like this one, and I like that, and this one, of course, and that one, that one. Put that one aside for now, just in case. Okay, so I like that one. Going to definitely start with these. I'm going to put these off to the side here because these look like they're doubles of the same pictures. So I'm going to set them aside, possibly use them, but for right now we're just going to start with these. So now I've got embellishments in my papers and my pictures. So the next point is, where do we go from here? Sometimes, especially when I'm limited on the amount of paper that I have, it's easier for me to sketch out what I'm going to do, or what I think I might want to do with my pictures, before I go and cut my paper. That way, when I do go to cut my things, I haven't already chopped them to a size that I can't use. So I'm going to grab a notebook here and sit down and just kind of sketch out what my ideas are for this. Okay, so I've got my notebook and my pen and my pictures. So what am I going to do? I'm going to sit down and I'm going to figure out what my ideas are for this layout. So actually I'm going to use the back page. That way if I want to throw it away I can. So I know I'm going to do a 2-page layout just by the number of pictures that we have here. So it doesn't have to be anything fancy, just so you have an idea of what you're going to do. And looking at what I have here on the table, this will work good. So I'm going to put my yellow down as my back. So that's no big deal. So I'm putting my yellow down. And then I'm looking at my pictures here, and I've got a couple at the petting zoo, a couple at the games, and just some miscellaneous things. One of Alyssa with her friends, and then the horse, and then the petting zoo again. So it's kind of really all over the place. I tend to like to kind of separate out into sections. So what I think I want to do is start with the picture that I sort of like the most, or really describes that day the most to me, and that's going to be the picture with Alyssa and her friend. So I'm going to use that as my main picture on this first page. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, I know I'm going to put mats behind them, so I'm going to go ahead and draw me a mat. And actually, I think I'm going to do this as a pocket. So there's my photo and 2 mats. And then I think I'm going to put a couple pictures maybe coming out of the pocket here that just kind of show some of the things that we did that day. Okay. So that takes care of what? 4 photos. So let's take out 4 photos. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's 4 photos out of the way. Now that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photos that I know I want to use, plus I have some extra ones in case I decide I need to add to it later. But for these 5, I think what I'm going to do is, since I've got the one photo here of one child, I'm going to go ahead and kind of balance out the page and put another photo of the other child here. That way nobody feels like they were left out. So that would be this one. And since we've got 3 just random miscellaneous plain pictures, I'm going to put those, I think, let's see, we'll put the 1 game one here and then the 2 smaller ones here. Now the reason these are already cut out is because these pictures are from '02 and I had laid them out to use on a layout, I guess 9 or 8 years ago, 12 years ago, and so they were already cut. Normally my pictures haven't been cut down to size yet. So I kind of have to work with the shapes that I'm given, but I would probably cut them in this shape anyway just because of size and trying to squeeze in as much as I can on the 2 pages. So that's going to take care of this one. Here's a photo, and a photo. So that takes care of 4 more photos, leaving me with 1. Now I'm going to look back through here and just make sure there's not anything that I just feel like I have to have. Like it's something that just describes that day. Unbelievable. Most of these are just about the same all the way around. So we're going to stick with these pictures here. I know that when I go in and add in embellishments and add in journaling, it's really going to just kind of fill up the page anyway. So now that I've got my placement for my photos, I need to figure out where I'm going to put the title. So I think I'm going to put my title right here. Now, I can always change that. This is just a sketch of what I think it's going to look like, or the best way it's going to look. And I can always go back and change that. So this is my placement for my photos. Now I need to figure out where am I going to place my embellishments, and which embellishments do I really want to use, because, you know, it's not like we've got pigs in any of these pictures or chickens in these pictures. We might only have the goats in our picture. In fact, this is a perfect one. It just has goats. We do have a horse in this one, and we do have goats, but no chickens, no pigs, so I definitely don't want to use the chicken or the pigs off of here. But I do want to kind of divide off the section. I want to separate this section from this title. So I think what I'm going to do is use like a small border here, and then we'll put that on top of another piece so that it kind of gives it a little section. So that's 2 pieces. I don't know if you can see those right there, but when I go to do them, I'll definitely make sure you can see them. Now the horse, I really don't have room for the horse on here, to be honest. You know, if you really look around, we could probably put 1 animal here. Let's see. I don't know. We'll just put a big A there for an animal there. But on the whole picture, or on the picture as a whole, I really don't see the need to put in the horse at this moment. Again, that's something that when you start cutting and laying out, it changes as you go. So this is my sketch that I'm going to use for my layout. I've got all my embellishments in my paper, so we are ready to head on over and start cutting.